Weird Realities Network presents Blondes, Books, and Campfire Tales, where we pull up a log, roast a marshmallow, and settle in as these two blondes talk spooky tales, urban legends, and classic horror icons. Exciting guests, perky blondes, and sinister tales makes this podcast as good as a double stack s'more. So let's join Bethany and Krystal as they gather around the campfire in Blondes, Books, and Campfire Tales. Hello, and welcome to Blondes, Books, and Campfire Tales. I am Bethany. We've got Krystal.
I saw you had to think about it. Which way is she?
It's so weird. I'm never going to get this mirror effect thing. It's just never going to happen.
It's fine. It's fine.
Well, welcome to tonight's special episode of our Halloween episode. I know Halloween was last night, but we don't air on Tuesdays. So we're doing Halloween tonight. And Krystal and I, we're going to talk about our favorite Halloween television episodes.
Yes.
So
happy Halloween, everybody. I hope it was fun and safe. And you got trick-or-treaters. I don't get trick-or-treaters, and that made me sad.
Aw. We didn't get any trick-or-treaters, but it's also because we just I kind of went to bed because I had truck this morning. So I was in bed by like 6.
Fair. Yeah. Like some apartments I've lived in, you get them. Some apartments I've lived in, you don't.
Yeah.
So I was like, if any kids from this building had come in, though, they would have gotten all the candy. Because I always have to buy a little just in case.
Just a little bit. I was a little nervous that if kids showed up at my house randomly, because they haven't in like the several years I've been here. So I was just a little bit nervous if they did show up and I would have to give them my actual chocolate that I have like a piece of every night. Because I like it. It's good chocolate.
Yeah. I just got I just bought a couple small bags of stuff that I like blow pops and paydays, which I never buy.
Mm-hmm.
But
blow pops. Mike says, how y'all doing? What's up, Mike? How are you?
Yeah, we're good. Happy Halloween.
Yep. And then he said he sat on the porch roof for 3 hours with a hose and didn't see one trick-or-treater. Mike, they knew. Maybe
that's why. I mean, sometimes getting sprayed with a hose is fun. Sometimes not so much.
Yeah. That t-shirt contest, fun. Halloween, no.
I got actually at a Rob Zombie concert, somebody lit the grass on fire.
Seriously?
So the fire department hosed us down, but it was the middle of July and like 100 and something degrees outside. So that was amazing. I loved being sprayed by a hose at that point. Cooled us down.
Mike says it was 34 degrees last night about 8 o'clock.
Yeah, that's just mean. Are you trying to give people pneumonia?
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, I guess if you don't want trick-or-treaters, that's a good way to keep them out. I mean, not that you're mean, Mike, because you're not, but I'm like, that came out wrong. I just like it's so cold.
So I'm not ignoring you. I'm trying to share this with my dad. I've tagged him in the video and he's like, I don't know what that means. And so, he got it. Okay, he got it.
Okay, good.
Mike says they got the hint to stay off his lawn.
Yeah, stay off the lawn.
Yep. And Londa's here. What's up, Londa? How are you?
Hi, Londa. All right. And so, all right, favorite Halloween episodes. What do you think is your favorite Halloween episode?
Whenever I think of like Halloween TV episodes, the first thing I'm going to think of is Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because they have several Halloween episodes and they're like actual, like legit Halloween episodes, which I really like. And we have Rikki just joined us.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Rikki.
Hi.
Is your pillow in the background have eyes that light up?
No. Yes.
Oh, that is so awesome.
That's amazing, and I want one.
At first I was like, no, it's Halo. And I'm like, wait, Halo's looking at you.
Yeah. I'm like, let me ask the obvious question, because it's the first thing that I saw.
Well, thanks for joining us, Rick. We were just talking about some of our favorite episodes, and I was talking about how when I think of Halloween episodes, the first thing I think of is the Buffy the Vampire series. So the two that jump out of my, the three, I feel like there's one every season, but like the main ones, you have the one where Buffy the costumes that everyone's wearing, they turn into their costumes.
Yes,
and Buffy turns into
such a good episode.
Yes, and I love how Xander, he turned into the military guy, and he carried that through the whole series, because every time they did something, he still had the memories of being a military man, and he was like their military strategist. Like,
yeah. Like that one costume, that one night literally had an effect on him for the rest of the series. Yeah.
Yep.
And I like when they do that with several different TV series. iZombie did that with a couple of the characters, and one thing happened, and then it carried on from then on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that's a sign of good writing right there, when you can just kind of carry stuff. Speaking of carrying stuff, it's kind of Halloweenish, but I don't know if I've told you this before or not, but in the series, The Community, there's a running joke through the series, and every now and then they say Beetlejuice. And finally, the third time in the series, it's like later on in several seasons later, they finally say Beetlejuice the third time. And right then you see a guy dressed as Beetlejuice walking behind the screen. And I was like, I feel like that's one of the best long running inside jokes of a series.
Definite long arc there.
Yeah. Yep.
But you were saying something else about the next Buffy one?
Yeah. So there's other Buffy ones too. There's the one where Buffy is dating Riley, the military guy, and they're at his house. No. It's not that one. It's where they go to Oz's sorority house. That's what it is. They go to Oz's sorority house, and it turns into like a haunted house. And that's where you have Anya, and she's dressed as the scariest thing she can think of, which is a bunny.
Yeah.
And that's where we learn of Anya's fear of bunnies, which again carries throughout the series.
Yeah. And that was actually the one that came to my mind as well.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I like
that whole episode was really cool because of the fact that, they released the fear demon. There's the whole, the place is locked down, but that's the only one that really pops out as kind of Halloween-y for me.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. So I definitely like those. Mike said Big Bang Theory. Big Bang Theory does have some good Halloween episodes.
I was actually thinking about that earlier today. Their first Halloween episode is also the first time Leonard and Penny kiss.
It is.
And Penny's super drunk, and Leonard's like, yeah, you're too drunk to be doing this. And it's actually like just a really sweet moment, in my opinion. Like, it's just really cute. I love that episode.
They actually reference that later when Penny forgets the first kiss and says it's something else. And Leonard's like, no, it's actually this one. And Penny comes back and she's like, yeah, but I was drunk at that time and you were so nice. And she's like, I was embarrassed and I don't want that to be our first kiss type thing. So that was another running joke, or not running joke, but running. Mike says the 6-inch fear demon.
This is me.
He was like, oh, haha, actual size.
He hasn't grown into his power yet.
Exactly. But there's also the Big Bang episode where they dress what's his name? The one who was an astronaut. Why am I Howard. He came back and everyone talked about, or he was talking about being an astronaut too much. So then he was like a gloomy Smurf.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is that one.
I actually just watched that one the other day.
Oh,
Not necessarily in prep for this, just because I was watching it.
It's fun. Yeah, the one I watched the other day was the one where he dressed as Sheldon.
Yes, that's another good one. And he has like everything down about Sheldon.
I know. And then Amy dresses like Bernadette. So I thought that was pretty good.
That was such a good show in my opinion.
It was.
Like, that's definitely one of my like go-to shows when I'm just like, I don't have enough energy to pay attention to something new, but I want some like background noise while I'm like doing stuff around the house, especially. Like, that one's one of my go-tos.
That's exactly what I do too. Even to the point that the girls, when I turn it on, they're like, oh, not Big Bang. Like they know the show, they know the music. They'll be in their room and they come out and they're like, this again?
Not again.
I'm with them on that.
Yeah. I liked Big Bang. Mike, I get that. I didn't like when it ended either, but I'm glad that they were able to end it in a good way, and it wasn't because they were canceling the show.
Yeah,
So
it wasn't because they had like made it go for too long and were like stretching it out. And I mean, it was on for 12 seasons. That's a long time for a show.
Yeah, and they kept the same cast. It wasn't a rotating cast of what happens to a lot of series.
Yeah, the last person on the main cast was introduced season 3, I think. Amy Farrah Fowler.
Yeah, because
I think she and Bernadette both showed up in season 3.
Yeah,
they weren't permanent in season 3, but they both showed up by then.
Right. Yeah. So, Krystal, what about you? What are some, when you think of Halloween TV episodes, what do you think of?
So I'm going to just go to the one everybody grew up with, and total classic. It might be the only Halloween special out there. It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Like, when I was a kid, it was not Halloween season until I saw It's Great Pumpkin. Well, it was Halloween season before I saw it, but it just wasn't complete until I saw it.
Oh, you know, I've never actually seen it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised now that I think about it.
It wasn't so much of it being a Halloween thing. It's just I wasn't a big Charlie Brown fan. Nothing against Charlie Brown. I was more into like Garfield.
That's
so
fair.
I watched a lot of Garfield.
Which there was a Garfield Halloween episode.
No, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Totally off topic, but Londa finally watched Dr. Sleep.
Oh, yay. I'm glad you liked it.
What was the Garfield Halloween episode?
Well, in that one, they basically end up going to him and Odie go to a haunted mansion or a haunted house, and I mean it has the cast. So his girlfriend starts with an A, like Arwen or something like that.
Ariel.
Was also she was there. Somehow they were just separated from John, their owner.
John was off chasing a girl. Probably.
Yeah. Striking out.
Yep.
So, but yeah, and he gets spooked and leaves and stuff. So yeah, but that's all I really remember of it.
Yeah. When I think of like just classic episodes of stuff that got me into, like when you got excited for a television episode, and that was like Home Improvement and Family Matters and Roseanne, and they had really, really good Halloween episodes. Like they went all out with their Halloween episodes, whether you like the show or not. Like their Halloween shows were really good.
I definitely watched those shows and can't think of any of their Halloween episodes right now.
I remember on Home Improvement, like at one point, one of the boys had a party downstairs, and so the whole family got involved. I think it was like Mark or someone had the party. And they just like, they lifted the plate up and there was someone's head and they're like, the head, you know? And I remember as a kid, that got me. And I think on Roseanne, it was always, they just decked out the house and tried to scare each other on Halloween.
Yeah.
So.
And that was early 90s. So, you know, late 80s probably.
Yeah.
So pretty campy. A little bit later on, you had Modern Family. They did a, Halloween episode.
I'm glad you brought it up. I was going to ask you what your favorite stuff was, and then I was going to jump into Modern Family because I feel like you have the best Halloween episodes.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
So. You haven't seen Modern Family? Okay. Do you have Hulu?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm going to get you my password. So it's really good. I think you would really like Modern Family, actually. And their Halloween episodes are awesome. Like they do really good Halloween episodes. They kind of bring it back to the Roseanne and the Home Improvement, like the sitcom.
The like super campy stuff.
Yeah,
super. Did you ever see Married with Children?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. Al Bundy is an older gentleman. He's the grandpa. You have two sets of families. So you've got him and I forget her names. Sofia Villegas or something like that is her actual name.
Married to the Magic Mike guy. Well, ex-married now.
And then, and they have a son, or her son anyway. And then his daughter and son have their own separate families. and it's pretty amusing. It's just the back and forth between all three sets of families.
Yeah. It's very funny, but it has a lot of heart too. Like they're very well written episodes. So I think they did a good job. And their Halloween ones, they go like the mom, Al Bundy's daughter, who's the mom of her family. She goes all out for Halloween, and she's like places, people, places, and like she's got everything.
The bad acting.
Watch that episode. They're like, when did you speak English? Londa, she understands Modern Family.
Yeah, that's just not what I've had a chance to watch. So
I think you would really like it. Like, put that on your list of top ones to watch. So I think you would really like it. Rick, anything else besides Modern Family? Anything that jumps up?
Well, ones that I liked. I was thinking of two main ones, and it goes back a little bit farther. So we have X-Files. There isn't really a Halloween episode for X-Files per se, but there is one that jumps out. It's a stupid monster one where basically they're both characters, both Scully and
Mulder.
Thank you. Are retelling the events that happened at a town, and it features one of the brothers, Owen Wilson, the other Wilson.
Luke Wilson.
Yeah, Luke Wilson. And it's there's a vampire story in there and such, but it's dumb and in a funny way and very campy, and you can tell their perspective of retelling the stories on each other's characters or the other characters that are in there. As an example, Mulder is kind of jealous, obviously, of the Luke Wilson character, and so whenever he's retelling them, he's as dumb hick as possible.
Like
Meanwhile,
Bucktooth.
Yeah, exactly. There was Bucktooth and everything. So, but that one had stood out, and then the other one for me was Star Trek: The Next Generation. There was several. I mean, in the original series, there was the Cat's Paw that's kind of offered as the Halloween themed one. Where Kirk and them, they get transported to a planet, and there's like a witch and a warlock there, and such. But in the Next Generation one, the one that really strikes me was, I mean, it's also not really a Halloween one, but I think it was called Genesis, and that's the one where Barkley turns into a spider. So
and they all revert back to their
that's the thing.
Evolve.
That sounds like a terrifying episode.
Yes, because Worf, who is Klingon, when he de-evolved, he scared the crap out of me.
Poor Farrell, and he's got
he was a monster.
Meanwhile, Picard is going a little bit more mammalian, mousy, and more afraid. So it definitely builds the tension towards the end when it's actually between those two.
Yeah, so. and Will was all caveman.
Which is kind of like the Luke Wilson.
Yeah. Alan says hi. Hey, Alan. Hi, Alan. Which that just kind of goes to show how much influence I feel X-Files had on Supernatural, because Supernatural did the exact same thing they were retelling. Yep, when they were retelling the story of when they first met the trickster, who was Gabriel.
Right. I was thinking about the monster episode, but I guess when you're the whole trickster episode and
Yeah,
she's really wanting my attention.
She's like, I need to be part of this. Thanks.
Yelling from the bathtub. She wants water.
Yeah, right when you did that, Indy's head was like, "What?"
I'm like, Olive went away. She was back there before, but who knows where she is now.
Thing.
Like, if you give me a moment, I'll take care of her. I'll be right back.
You're good.
But speaking of Supernatural, we kind of discussed, like, they really only have one actual Halloween episode, although the first episode does also take place at Halloween.
Yeah, it does, huh?
Yeah.
She's dressed up and stuff.
Yeah. Sam and Jessica are at a Halloween party when we first see them, and Sam's like, I don't like Halloween, blah, blah, blah. I'm a grumpy moose. And
look at Londa. She's all, Never say I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Oh,
We don't know what's going to happen now.
And then Mike says Supernatural lives in a Halloween world.
Yeah. I mean, like, it doesn't necessarily need to have a lot of Halloween specific episodes, because it's spooky all the time there. It's always spooky season.
Mhm.
But I do really like their Halloween episode. I would say that ranks high on my list, and that one's it's The Great Pumpkin, Sam Winchester.
Mhm.
Although the thing about it, they're like, oh, Sam Haines, which I don't even think that's technically the correct pronunciation, but I don't, whatever. They're like, oh, it's a demon. And I'm like, well, that's not accurate historically, but it's still a really good story. So, but I do like
Londa's all, he lived. When you were gone, Rick, Londa posted this right here.
Never. Yeah. I'll be right back. No.
Exactly.
I did
Although,
like
honestly,
they did cover all that, the different tropes, and that became part of the language of that movie.
mhm.
Yeah.
So,
Rick, when you're gone, it's a little eerie having eyes blink back at me.
I can turn them off if you want.
No.
I like them. I'm like,
just-
I really want to know where you got that pillow because I want one.
It's
Crystal
not a
kept
pillow.
talking. I kept staring at it.
Yeah, it's a sign, but yeah.
Oh, it's a sign. Oh,
Yeah.
I saw the sun. Sorry, I was watching Werewolves Within right before we started, and they were playing that song on there. So,
Okay.
yeah, it's a cute movie. I like it. Well, if you like gnashing werewolf movies, but oh, look, Mike's helping you out there, Crystal.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
That's what I thought. It's like Samhain or something like that. Yeah. It's it's a Celtic word, I believe. And but I did like, even though it wasn't all completely accurate, that Supernatural did tie in some of the actual history of Halloween into it.
Yeah,
Well, we got all three cats on right now.
I know. Seriously, all three cats are like. I feel like our
Olive's
cats
still
are.
cleaning herself, which she loves to do on camera.
She does. Wow, she's going for it. Indy's like, "Hello, how you doing?"
Hey.
I just realized my music wasn't playing. I had music going earlier.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it stopped once the little introduction thing played. So it
There you
hasn't been playing this whole time.
Well, it's because I muted it because I was trying to send my dad the link and it popped up with me talking at the same time that I was talking. So, how's that level? Is that okay?
yeah, we can hear it. It's a nice background.
Okay, that's what I was looking for. I took some screenshots of episodes that I was like, oh yeah. Oh, Friends. Friends had a Halloween episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In honor of Matthew Perry. So
yeah. There's only one specifically that I'm thinking of, but I feel like there had to have been more. But the one I remember specifically on Friends is the one that has Phoebe's twin Ursula. Yeah. And then like her fiance that then Phoebe ends up dating for a little bit.
Yep. Well, she kind of breaks them up, so.
Yeah.
That was
She's like, I'm going to make you dump my sister, and then I'm going to date you.
I think there was an episode of Halloween Town at one point for Mike.
Halloween Town?
Yeah, I'm being silly. Wasn't Mike?
Oh, the movie.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. The Office has a good Halloween episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got the iconic pumpkin head.
Yeah.
The pumpkin.
I'm like, is that what started the trend of everybody doing photo shoots with pumpkins on their heads?
I wonder, because those are like really popular.
Or it was in response to it, because they're pretty smart about that too.
Mike says, I don't remember what show it was from. I remember one show had one of the characters' detached head on a table where they were under the table in a fake detached head scenario. I think that was on a lot of them. Like it was on Home Improvement. It was on Modern Family. I think on Roseanne too. So I think it's a pretty classic.
Yeah, I do think that's a pretty common one.
But it's still good. Brooklyn Nine-Nine had a Halloween episode. I don't remember that one.
So there was another Star Trek one, the Voyager, in which they are doing another retelling type deal, but a campfire spooky tale type one. And the character on there, Neelix, is telling some kids about the haunting of this one deck of that, the ship. And yeah, I mean, it ends up there's like an entity or something involved, but it was, a spooky one around the campfire style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, one, can you imagine how creepy it would be to be on a spaceship and have a haunted deck in the middle of deep space?
Right?
Like, so where are you going to go?
Yeah.
Like, you can't just be like, I need to leave.
What exactly is it haunting? And then speaking of Tim Allen, even Last Man Standing, that had some good Halloween episodes too.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. And that show wasn't even on for that long.
It was on like 6 seasons.
Was it on that long? I thought
it was like 2 or 3 maybe.
No, actually, fun fact, Rick, our cousin Tiffany, and Dan were on they were in the studio audience for the taping of the first season of the first episode. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got pizza. That's all I remember. They got pizza during the episode.
Thanks for watching our show. Here's some pizza. I know. Or I should just put her on Only Cats.
Like, there you go. Only purr.
Only purr. Maybe she could start bringing in some income.
There was a website. It was cute. It was cute. It was called Kitty Porn for cats. It was all nude cats, but it wasn't. They were all dressed up and funny. Unfortunately, it's no longer a cute cat.
It turned. So. Mike, I remember that. Yeah, it was dropped by one network and another one picked it up. So they continued on with it. Yeah.
Okay.
Some good shout outs. King of Queens had a Halloween episode called Tick or Treat. And then that 70s show had a Halloween episode.
Two Broke Girls.
They had multiples.
Yeah.
On that 70s show.
Yeah, I think that'd be Two Broke Girls did. I haven't watched that show all the way through. I've just seen bits and pieces here and there.
Oh, such a good show.
I feel like it's a good show. It seems good. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. They have a Halloween episode. And basically what it is have you guys ever seen that show?
I've seen episodes here and there.
Okay. I love that show. And in this Halloween one, you have Dee, who's the girl of the group, and then you have her brother, and then their friends, and then their dad. And Dee basically makes a comment where she was talking about Halloween, and she was like, yeah, well, because she's pregnant. And she's like, well, just so you know, one of you is the father. And she walks away at that. And so then they all do this retelling, trying to figure out what happened Halloween night. And there were costume switch ups and all this stuff. And then it came to the conclusion that somehow she had slept with her brother or something like that. And he was the father. And then they show up at the house and he's like, oh my God, I don't, he's like, huh? Like he just can't handle it. And then it turns out that she was like, no, I was totally lying. I was just messing with you. But just the fact that you guys spent your whole night trying to figure this out.
And somehow he thought he impregnated his own sister.
Well, because he was, to kind of roundabout, he was trying to hit on this girl who was dressed as a peacock. And Dee got really mad because everyone kept making fun of her costume. And so then he got mad because the peacock girl kept rejecting him. And so he traded costumes with Charlie, who had a mask on. And then she changed costumes with the peacock girl. So then when he tried to re-hit on the peacock girl in the new costume, it kind of turned into that. So that was the roundabout. Keep in mind, they're all drunk because they all work in a bar.
I mean, I've been really drunk, but I've never been drunk enough to have sex with my brother.
Yeah.
Rick
and I are like, no, this is weird.
I didn't realize we were going to be talking about incest tonight.
No. Speaking of which, but on to another topic. King and queens for the most part, but could not stand the wife. I think that's a lot of people's feelings.
So, pulling back even farther, and it's not technically Hawaiian, Halloween. More of a Fool's Day, April 1st one, but similar to that whole concept. In MASH, at one point, you had, I think, Klinger and Klinger and everybody. He was the one who was pranking everybody. No, Hawkeye. Hawkeye would prank everybody.
Yeah.
And so one of them had actually was going to, reciprocate. And so Hawkeye spent the entire episode just kind of waiting for it and, getting progressively more and more antsy until he basically punked himself because it never came.
Oh, gosh. It's the anticipation that's worse than the actual act.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I think that's in a Steven Seagal movie I read that. It was like anticipation of death is worse than death itself. And it was like the Steven Seagal movie.
I mean, it's like when you go to like a haunted house and you've heard like all this stuff about it, so you get like all hyped for it, and then you walk through and you're just like, oh, hey, I see you're holding a head there.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think a classic one also is Stranger Things. We can't, like, they had, what was it? Chapter 2. So that would have been season 2. The first episode, that's like all straight up Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So. Yeah, don't they go trick-or-treating?
Yeah, and they're all dressed as the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
So that was a good one. Charmed had an episode. That's on my list of rewatches because I've been rewatching all my old favorite shows.
I never actually watched Charmed. I never really got into that one. And I feel like I should have. It seems like something that I would like, but I never really got into it.
That's the one with the 3 witches, right? And there's like Norse mythology involved and such. I don't think it actually ended. Or if so, I just never saw the ending.
No, it did. It did, but I think it was like a forced ending. Like they were ending the show, but they still had time to do kind of a quick ending.
So they had to do a fast wrap up because they found out they weren't coming back the next season.
Pretty much. But it ran for a long time. Mom and Dad loved that show. They watched it a lot. And then Angie was obsessed with that show.
She was.
I think one of them was stuck as a black cat for a while or something, several episodes.
No. I think they just had a black cat.
Did Sabrina do a Halloween episode?
Or maybe that was Sabrina. Yes, well, all about that, yeah.
I think my kids were little and I was just busy. Charmed was kind of fun. The remake, I'm like, I didn't even watch it. I didn't even bother because it was a very CW teenage version, teen angst. I'm like, that's not the same thing. These were grown-ass women with careers.
Yeah.
Trying to manage magic.
One of them was definitely the fun aunt.
Yeah. Lon, I feel we all like Sabrina. Sabrina was awesome. Both the Clarissa Flockhart. No. Melissa
Joan Hart?
Yes. Yeah. Wow. I made a total leap, but it kind of worked.
Like the way you said it, it really made me question if I was saying the right name.
Professor Lockhart. Oh, sorry. Wrong thing.
I was like, is this the right name now? I'm so confused.
Well, that's what, my brain went to, all I remember was like Alyssa and Hart. So for some reason, Harrison Ford's wife went to my mind.
Oh, did she marry Harrison Ford?
Well, they were, Did they? I don't know if they actually got married, but they've been together for years.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't follow celebrity relations.
Those were my days when I worked as a nail tech and I had to be up on celebrity gossip so I could talk to my clients about something besides my personal life. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sabrina was really good. And the new Sabrina is really good, I think.
That's the one hold on. The one that has several seasons is the new one that you're talking about, right?
Where it's darker.
Yes.
Yeah, it's more dark.
Yeah, it's not Archie comic.
Right. Well, even then, Rivendell, I hadn't actually seen Rivendell, but that was supposed to be the same universe.
You mean Riverdale?
Yes. I do.
Rivendell
is off by one letter. That's a lot closer than Marissa Flockhart. Or whatever you said.
Different high school from Rydell High. So,
Crystal's like, I'm so done with the two of you.
I'm like, I'll be on whoever's side is the most right.
Well, what about Harry Potter's ones? I mean, it's not really Halloween. In fact, actually, they do more Christmassy from what I understand. But there is kind of a Halloween aspect to it as well.
For what?
Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah, they definitely celebrate Halloween.
Yeah. Well, it can be a Christmas and a Halloween movie.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think both holidays are very big in most of the Harry Potters.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's always a big Halloween feast.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the kids that stay at school for Christmas, there's always a big Christmas feast.
Yeah.
So I definitely think so. Which I never really understood. I'm like, why do they celebrate Christmas?
I don't think they do Christmas. I think because they always say Happy Christmas versus like Merry Christmas. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think that's just a European thing.
Okay. But I mean, why wouldn't they celebrate it?
Yeah.
Pagan holiday.
So, I saw something.
I mean, it is. Modern day Christmas is very much based off of pagan stuff. So very true.
I saw something where they were talking about the Harry Potter students, like who, not Harry Potter students, but the Hogwarts students who were Muggle born, who grew up with science and stuff. And they're like, suddenly they become magicians. Did they just give up science? You know,
like, magic and science can coexist.
Yeah. And in fact, to continue with that, they would talk about, examples of, Harry Potter.
Yeah, Mike, you're right.
But they would, they would bring out things that are normal to them that the magic only users wouldn't really grasp, like the internet, or these concepts, because it's not a thing that they deal with.
Wasn't that Hermione's parents? Yeah, everybody was like, with Hermione's parents, they're like, your parents just clean people's teeth, like, because I guess when you have magic to do it, you don't think about it.
Even the cats are like, what are you talking about?
What's really funny is I was trying to see if either Hercules or Xena had a Halloween episode. But
I don't think they had one.
Which is kind of a bummer because that would have worked. Science, alchemy, magic.
Yeah.
Very close.
Yeah, I mean, alchemy really was like a science that was trying to create magic.
I think it was explained as magic because they didn't really understand science. So like the people who were doing it were like, it's not magic. But the people who saw it were like, ooh,
Yeah, electricity, ohms and hertz and all these things, it's not.
Well, like when women who would be called witches and stuff, but really they used herbs and things to fix stuff,
Yeah, they just understood that nature science and how it could actually help people. And then men came around and were like, no.
You didn't understand this.
Heresy.
So some honorary mentions. I haven't seen these episodes because I haven't seen the series, but just in case people know about it, Superstore had a Halloween episode called Employee Theft.
I've seen some of Superstore. I started watching it. I lost it though. I don't remember what thing it's on, and it might be on a streaming service I don't have access to anymore. But it was pretty funny. I never saw a Halloween episode though.
The Mindy Project had one just titled Halloween, so that kind of gave it up. The
Girl had a fun one where they were all like working at a haunted house.
Who?
New Girl?
Yeah, New Girl. That was next on my list. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like they were all like at a haunted house, and I think somebody was volunteering at the haunted house, and so it was just like it was fun.
Yeah. New Girl's just fun in general. It's a very lighthearted, fun show.
Which has anybody? This is not Halloween related, but it's New Girl related. Played that True American game that they play?
No.
We figured out some rules for it and played it once, and it was a lot of fun.
Nice.
And I think you can go online and there's like different variations, but like different fans have like paid close enough attention to like kind of figure out the rules.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, basically, you're like playing the floor as lava, but throwing in other rules. And I recommend if you need a party game that's physical, it's a fun one.
When Twister just doesn't cut it.
Yeah. Let's hop around on the furniture.
Right. The Goldbergs had one called Who Are You Going to Telephone? The Goldbergs, I haven't seen the whole series, but the episodes I've seen have been pretty funny.
Huh.
So, and it's kind of neat because the creator at the very end of every episode, he'll have like a VHS video of his actual life that mirrors what he showed in the episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's basically based off this one producer or creator.
So. Okay, so for a second, I thought your cat was climbing the wall.
Oh, mine.
Yeah.
I was like, no, that's a thing. We already talked about Rikki's thing.
Your cat behind you.
No, he's got some perches.
Yeah, it's a little half wall there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what James is talking about. Love it when Danny opens the box and lets the spirits attack Rose. So great. Which one is that? Unless was that Superstore? Because she said she likes Superstore. James, what are you talking about? Mike says if you want to clear house after a party, just suggest Naked Twister.
I mean, I know some people that would just make the party.
I know. I feel like the party.
I would probably bow out on that one, but I know some people would be like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Speaking of party,
Dr. Sleep. Okay.
Oh,
okay. James is catching up on the comments.
So,
got it. Okay, that makes so much. I was out of context. I was trying to figure that one out, but yes, okay, that makes sense now.
That was 39 minutes ago.
In Angel, the TV series,
yes.
The episode "Life of the Party."
Yep.
That one is, Halloween basically themed one, and that's where you've got green face singing.
Lauren.
Thank you. He tries to throw a party
because I literally yesterday finished the series.
Oh. Well, there you go. So yes,
I told you. I did something. I finished Angel. I did Schitt's Creek, and now I'm going to probably do like Charmed and Friends or something like that. I don't know. I'm just rewatching all my old series I liked.
Yeah.
Dad says The Haunted Mansion by Disney. Yeah.
The TV series.
Well, definitely good movies, but I feel like we rode the ride enough times. It's like a TV series.
Right. Actually, was their way that they would try to tie in stories between the rides. So Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
The pirate there was married to, or no, it was the other way around. The Pirates of the Caribbean. There was a tie-in and stuff, and that was the ride that the heart thing that you hear. So.
Yeah. Well, I feel like Krystal, have you seen the new Haunted Mansion movie?
No, but it's on Disney Plus, right?
Yes. I actually liked it. But I kind of like the first one too, just because I wasn't expecting much from it, and I knew it's Eddie Murphy, so I knew it wasn't going to be serious at all.
It's going to be Eddie Murphy, yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun movie that I can put on for the family, Mm-hmm. And this one I can put on for some of the family. The youngest of the family gets a little scared.
Okay.
In fact, she told me on the preview, she was like, I don't think I'm going to watch that.
I mean, she knows her limits.
She does.
So that's good.
But yeah, I feel like the new one has a lot of tie-ins to the ride, even to where like the little bats when you're walking down the ride in the line and you have the ropes, the bats holding the ropes, those are in the movie. Like it has a lot of little tie-ins, which are awesome.
Nice.
So
yeah.
I'm like, I'll definitely have to watch it, but have not seen it yet. What about the ultimate long-standing Halloween episodes, Treehouse of Horror on The Simpsons?
Simpsons, yes.
That's been going since season 2.
Yeah.
And how many seasons are there of The Simpsons now?
It's right up there with however many seasons of Cops. Like they're both just neck and neck.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I just like with that, the aliens have been there since the beginning. The aliens that come back to every single Treehouse of Horror. And I haven't seen the recent ones, but they used to have like Marge or Homer come out at the beginning and be like, this episode's going to be kind of scary, so you should send the kids away. And I'm sitting there like, when these episodes, like I rewatched a couple of them recently, and I was like watching them and I'm like, man, I wasn't allowed to watch any of these episodes when I was a kid. Like I was not allowed to watch The Simpsons.
Mm-hmm.
It was,
We
My
just weren't
parents
allowed
thought
to
it
watch
was like,
Simpsons.
probably too crude, I think.
Yeah. Well, it's like Simpsons and South Park. You know, they're the kind of animations that you're like, is it for kids? Is it not for kids? Because it kind of came out during the time when animation was strictly for kids.
Yeah.
So,
as opposed to Beavis and Butthead.
oh gosh.
Or
well, Ren and Stimpy, I was allowed to watch because it was on Nickelodeon, and Nickelodeon was considered safe. But I've rewatched some of that recently. I'm like, oh, this was not for kids.
No.
Like, this was not for kids at all.
Oh my gosh. You were talking about aliens, and I know it's not a TV series. Oh, Londa, yeah, you're right. Treehouse of Horror.
Yeah, Treehouse of Horror, yeah.
But speaking of aliens, yesterday I watched on Hulu. So, Krystal, I'm gonna have to make you an account. But
put it on the public there. No.
What?
Just go ahead and put the details on the public.
Just put it right there.
They kicked me off my father-in-law's Netflix account, so you know what? I'm going to share my Hulu.
I mean, I'll give you my Netflix account back, so it'll be fine.
No, they tracked it. Like we were on, like, because it's kind of like I have these accounts, and even like some of my family's on the accounts, and then some of Axel, and then like we all share, and that's like the
families share.
Yeah, but then like it kind of doesn't work when one of the things cracks down, and we don't have it. Anyway, but I watched on Hulu the other day. It was called No One Can Save You, or No One Will Save You, something like that. But it is so good. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it is so good. It's an alien movie. And I watched it, which for both of you know, that's kind of shocking for me to watch that movie. But there's no dialogue in it. And until like the very end of the movie, I think there's like 2 words or something. But it's very scary and creepy. It's not even like quiet ones where they do sign language and they talk. Like there's no dialogue. And
you like really have to be paying attention the whole time.
You do, but it is scary as like F, man. Like it's so, I don't know. Maybe it's because I was watching it at 2 a.m. before my truck shift, but
it's 2 a.m. and you already have this whole thing with aliens.
Exactly. But it's the youngest daughter from Last Man Standing. So I don't know if you guys know, but that actress has gone on to do a lot of really good movies, and she's an exceptional actress. And this movie is very good. So all of you watching, go watch that movie.
What was it called again?
No One Will Save You, or No One Can Save You. So it's No One blank Save You.
Let's make sure before you give people recommendations and they're looking at. I'm looking for it really quick.
Yeah, it's No One something Save You. Let me look.
I mean, one of the scariest.
No One Will Save You with Caitlin Denver.
Yes.
On Hulu.
Yes, go watch it.
Yeah, No One Will Save You. It's a new movie and it's on Hulu.
Sorry, Mike.
Sorry, Mike. Well, aren't there things now though that like
they describe it?
Yeah, that describe it. Maybe I don't know if Hulu does that, but I know that that's becoming more common.
I think you can set it up on your TV. Like I think it's a TV feature because I always have closed captioning on because I can't.
That doesn't help for people that have issues.
I know. What I mean though is with closed captioning, they have like a descriptive thing telling you what's happening sometimes.
Yeah.
Like where they just do the dialogue and you read it, or it's an audio one and they tell you what they do.
Yeah.
So
No One Will Save You. Yeah. Because that is becoming more common that they have the audio assistance for people.
Yeah.
Which I think is really nice and helpful. I was actually, this is completely not Halloween related, but I was listening to a podcast the other day about Gilmore Girls, and they were reading some mail that had been sent in to them, and one girl was talking about how she was like asking for descriptions of a certain scene because she's blind, and she's like, I usually just listen to Gilmore Girls because there's so much dialogue in the show. Like she doesn't have to question what's going on at all. But I don't remember exactly what scene it was, but she was like, can you guys describe this visually for me? Because that's just something I've always wondered about. And so they did describe it. And I thought that was really nice.
Mike says descriptive audio is done by each different network and streaming service.
Okay.
Nice.
So,
and then Dad has to bring up
the descriptive audio for you. Oh my gosh. You're stupid.
Miak. We just need to get some Miak.
That and Mr. Boogedy, man. I can't watch those films. You know, I tried to buy Mr. Boogedy, like see if I could just buy it, like rent it on Amazon or something like that. All they had was like the VHS for $79.
Oh my god.
I was like, no, I don't need that nostalgia that much.
Wow.
Right?
Mike says it's only available about 20% of shows and movies. Oh, okay. I don't know. All I
So
know
they
is every
need
now and then.
to work on that more.
Yeah.
Maybe they need more people to be descriptive. I could be a descriptive person. I'll take that job.
You'd be giggling. You'd be like, you're like, guys, I'll get to it. Hold on.
You're trying to describe it for Magic Mike or something. It's just not.
You're like, oh my God, this is great.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And his hips are writhing.
He begins gyrating towards the store owner.
He just made the water bottle explode.
It around.
I love how we all know the exact scene and we're all talking about the same exact scene.
It's even worse because I've never actually seen it. However, Gabriel Iglesias is actually on there. So, well, not that particular one, but yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
She would have her content, yeah.
Yeah, Londa, she would definitely add her commentary. So Mike says it's a lot better than it used to be. Used to release about 3 titles per year. So yeah, that's
wow.
Sabir's talking about the Batman Return movie. I love how we shifted from TV shows to movies.
That's fair.
Big Halloween.
And that's the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Tommy Lee Jones and such, I think.
No, Batman Returns.
Oh, that one. Yes. I'm sorry. It was Scarecrow.
Hold on.
Yeah, because he's pumping the stuff in the air.
Batman Returns is a 1992 film. That's with Catwoman.
Oh, that one. Oh, I'm sorry.
But not the Halle Berry.
It's with Nicole Kidman?
Oh, it's got Danny DeVito.
Yes, that's the Penguin. And
the
not a
Penguin.
very good Penguin. I don't like that one at all.
Of course, now we have officially gone full circle.
Michelle Pfeiffer, not Nicole. No, not Nicole Kidman.
Michelle.
Sorry.
So, Rikki, we've gone full circle here. Mike goes, Halloween Town.
Yeah. Personally, I would say Event Horizon. As far as space.
That is a pretty creepy movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not really Halloween.
No.
Is it?
No, it's not. It's horror, but you know.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not good, but
he's like, it's in space, and we talked about Star Trek.
And it's horror.
it's horror. Horror's related. I mean, of course, Hocus Pocus.
Yep.
Still haven't seen the second one.
It's okay.
It's all right.
Oh, wow.
The second one is definitely just very nostalgia oriented.
Yeah, I think it was strictly millennial women between the ages of like 35 and 40 who were just loving it.
I mean, that's pretty much all I expected out of it. I wasn't expecting it to be this amazing new thing. I was like, it'll be very much nostalgia, and that's very much what it was.
Scream Queens had an episode called Chanel Oween.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that show was so funny.
It was so good. It was very underrated. I think it was good.
Yeah.
Glee had the Rocky Horror Glee show. That was actually a pretty good one.
No way any high school would let somebody perform Rocky Horror.
No, not at all. Half the stuff those kids did in that show would not been allowed.
Yeah.
Danny Phantom did Fright Night. Looks like it's a like a animation show.
Okay.
Never heard of it. There's another animation one, David S. Pumpkin's Halloween special.
Oh, that's not well, there is an animated version of that, yes, but that starts with Tom Hanks from SNL. And when he was doing, they actually interviewed him on that too, talking about, you know, what was the thought behind that. And yeah, and with Tom Hanks, he was like, he didn't really understand the original concept of what was going to really make it funny, but just kind of went with it. And obviously, it's really the sorry, as I read while trying to describe that.
Sorry. This is why I'm always so distracted, because I'm like, comments and when do I post and who do I post what? And I'm like, oh yeah, there's a conversation happening.
I couldn't do that. But the two skeletons, the dancing skeletons, are really what make it too. So.
Yeah, it says after the success of the haunted elevator sketch on SNL featuring Tom Hanks as David S. Pumpkins, NBC made an animated special where Hanks returned as the horrifying figure. It's been a classic costume ever since.
Yep, and that costume outfit was super cheap when they got it, and became like just went off the shelves. And they hiked up the price and everything for each year for it because, well, it's now popular.
Surprisingly, when I ran Spirit Halloween, the main two costumes were, I'm sorry, three. One, it was that big, like Minecraft looking head. It was a DJ. So that was really popular. The Cheetos costume was really popular. People want to be Cheetos. And then, yeah, I know. And then the Michael Myers mask, which the fact that some of us had him last episode and like we found him was crazy because I was sold out of any and all of those masks within the first 2 weeks of being open. And I opened in August.
And you never got restocked on them?
No, I got them and they were just sold out like immediately.
Oh, they would just be gone. Okay.
The end of like whole month of October, I didn't have them. And we were calling around all the stores trying to find them. And people were like trying so hard to find Halloween masks. But I think that was when they kind of brought back the first Jamie Lee Curtis Halloween remake one. Or sequel, remake.
Yeah.
Resequel? There we go. I knew it was a combo of something.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think Michael Myers is always popular, but anytime that a new Halloween movie comes out, it's going to shoot up for sure.
I mean, Mike, who doesn't want to wear William Shatner's face? He's just awesome. Could you be any more awesome? You know?
I think Doctor Who had they had one kind of official Halloween episode, and it was the latest Doctor. But there were some notable ones that I would think was more Halloween-esque, like the ones with the crying angel statues and such.
Sorry, Londa's comment made me giggle.
Okay, fine. Sorry.
I don't want to wear William Shatner's face either, Londa. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
As I have mine right here. Sorry, Rick, you were saying?
No, it's okay. Halo's just shedding all over, and it's in the air.
Oh, gosh.
So I am just constantly fidgeting. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. So How I Met Your Mother had one called The Slutty Pumpkin Returns.
What's his face? Neil Patrick Harris. Each year they come out with different Halloween themed pictures.
For their family.
Yeah.
Their family does Halloween all out. Yeah,
they were like Tweedledee and Tweedledum with the white rabbit, with a very cute white rabbit, and Alice. There was I'm trying to remember. Oh, crud! Now I can't think of it. But yeah, there were two other ones that recently they showed as well. But yeah, they are all out. So
I think they did. I don't know if it was this year, but they did like fast food mascots one year.
Oh yeah.
I think.
Yes. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, because it was a Colonel Sanders, a Wendy's, and several other ones.
Yeah. But I think with the slutty. Okay, to go back to the Slutty Pumpkin episode, which I feel like I don't think that's the only episode that they did with Halloween, but that's probably like the most memorable one.
It's not.
I don't understand the Slutty Pumpkin. I'm like, she's just wearing a pumpkin costume. I don't understand why it was slutty.
Okay, so it says every year the crew goes to a Halloween party where Ted looks for the long-lost Slutty Pumpkin, the woman he saw wearing a risque pumpkin costume at the same gathering 10 years ago. And surprise, it's Katie Holmes.
Yeah. No, it's a good, but they do, Halloween is a pretty big thing each year, I think, in How I Met Your Mother. But that was like the ultimate Halloween episode was when he found the Slutty Pumpkin again. And but I was like, I saw the cost. So it was like all this build up to the Slutty Pumpkin. Then I was like, what's slutty? about it.
It's probably just like she's wearing a pumpkin and she's got like leggings, or not leggings, but like, hose and heels. So
that's exactly it. She's wearing just a normal pumpkin costume.
Yeah.
But at least it completed that long con, which is cool. So.
It did complete the long con, which was cool, but I just feel like it was, if that's slutty, like it's a pumpkin
television sitcom. Okay.
Sitcom slutty.
What's approved for viewers? Parks and Rec had a Halloween surprise episode. Let's see. The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody had a Ghost of Sweet 613. Euphoria had one. I never saw that show. My So-Called Life, I wasn't allowed to watch that show, so I didn't see that. They had one. And then, hey, The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. It's a good one.
Mm-hmm. Community had one. And then it's got Buffy Vampire Slayer, 30 Rock. I like 30 Rock.
I haven't seen that show.
I've seen parts of it. And like the main thing that sticks out is you have Alec Baldwin and he's talking to Tina Fey. Okay. And they work together on 30 Rock, which is like
30 Rockefeller.
Yes.
It's an address.
Yes. And at one point, Alec Baldwin is just like, he's just Alec Baldwin, like the embodiment of himself, embodiment. And at one point, one of the characters is like crying or upset or frustrated about something. And he hands them a business card. And on the business card, it says, "They're there." And that's like the main thing I remember from that series. So I almost want to make my own little business card and hand it out to people.
Wow. I'm like, that kind of makes me want to add that to my business cards. Just add there.
There. Lana says, I haven't seen it in years, but I liked it.
Yes.
It's interesting. Apparently, American Horror Story had an actual Halloween episode. You would think the whole series was like Halloween, but it's called Halloween.
No, It's it wasn't American. I mean, it was American Horror Story, but I remember that episode. It was they do like American Horror Stories, which is like a separate little anthology thing.
This one, I know what you're talking about, but this one's.
But I think that's where the Halloween episode was. Maybe I'm wrong, but like this was when I still had Hulu, so it was a while ago. But it was a 2-part episode that aired on 2 different nights during the first season.
Okay.
So
the first season of the stories, right?
No, the first season ever of American Horror Story.
Oh, I really thought what I was thinking of happened during the stories.
Yeah, no, this was the very first. Well, they probably have it during that too, but this one that it's referencing is during the first season. There's infidelity, bloody teens showing up out of nowhere, and secrets from the past that have come back to surface because that's what secrets do, especially on Halloween. So,
okay, because I thought and again, it's been a while, but I really feel like during the American Horror Stories, there was like a whole Halloween thing, and it did tie back into Murder House, which was season 1.
And they could have tied it into that, with the stories and everything too. This is just like a Google search of like top Halloween episodes, so it's not naming all the episodes. It's just naming like whoever chose the top ones.
I wonder, and we should probably look it up, but the older shows like Addams Family, Munsters, and Gilligan's Island, I'm pretty I'm certain Gilligan's Island had a Halloween episode.
Addams Family did have a Halloween episode. The Munsters, they didn't have a Halloween episode. They had Halloween movies. So it wasn't, from what I remember, it wasn't like part of the series, but they would make individual standalone movies for the Halloween stuff of the original Munsters.
Okay.
I haven't seen the new Munsters. I kind of want to. I think it was only like 1 season, like Rob Zombie did it or something. So, and everyone was
I forgot about that.
Yeah, like they wanted. Oh, okay, so there were 2 remakes of the Munsters. One I think had Jerry O'Connell in it, and I actually thought it was kind of good, like because it was campy, like that's what you wanted. And then with Rob Zombie, from what I understand, the big issue with it was because Londa didn't like it at all. But like what I understand the big issue is because everyone's like, oh, Rob Zombie, like it's going to be a horror one, like more scary. But he tried to keep it true to the first, the original, and made it very campy and just fun and like goofy and stupid is what they tried to do. So, and people were like, what? Like, this isn't Rob Zombie.
Like, that's not what they expect from Rob Zombie.
Yeah. Mike said Three's Company had a couple Halloween episodes.
Huh.
Yeah, okay. Three's Company, I've only seen random episodes of.
Yeah. Which, rest in peace, Suzanne Summers. Yeah.
I know, that was so sad.
Her and Matthew and some guy from Days of Our Lives. I never watched it, but.
Pretty sure John Ritter.
Well, John Ritter a long time ago. I'm just talking about like.
Yeah, she just recently, like Suzanne Summers was just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like the day before her birthday.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Axel brought up a good point. He's like, he thought she passed a while ago because John Travolta did like a really good tribute to her. And I was like, I remember him doing a tribute to her.
I don't remember that at all.
So I don't know if this is like a Mandela effect thing, but I'm like, I remember John Travolta doing a tribute to her. So maybe it's some other news that she got.
Maybe it was like one of those like career highlight things though. Not like.
No, like he was talking, like reminiscing about stuff. Like I remember that. I was like, holy crap. And then she passed. And then I was like, wait, he did another, like, I don't know.
Brought to you by Master.
I
know. I mean, she did have really good legs, you guys. So maybe the Thigh Master works.
I do remember
I've never tried a Thigh Master.
Mom had her book. I think it was like the Suzanne Summers like diet cookbook or something like that. Joyce Dwight is the only original cast member left. From
DeWitt.
Which one? What?
From Three's Company.
Oh, Three's Company. Okay. Yeah. Wait. Oh, from like when it ended?
She's the only one who's still alive.
Oh,
no.
Gotcha.
Well, also the guy who played Larry. I think he's still alive.
Was that the neighbor?
That was
about John Travolta doing a Suzanne Summers
best friend.
I gotta look this up.
By the way, for the Gilligan's Island, the episode was called Ghost A Go-Go. So there's a ghost on the island, and the castaways are scared for their lives, but it eventually gives them a boat so that they can get off the island.
Wait, so did they actually get off the island from that? That would be weird.
Well, okay, technically they
I was like, how are they going to live with a ghost on the island?
Technically they do, because they come back and, years later and make like a getaway place, a resort out of it and such. So.
Yeah, I mean, I know that they eventually get off, but I'm just like, that would have been a fun way to end the series. A ghost helps them get off the island.
I don't think.
Okay. I figured it out, guys, and I'm going to tell Axel. John Travolta, it was not Suzanne Summers. It was Kirstie Alley.
Two completely different people.
Yes, but he was.
Did Kirstie Alley die?
What?
Is Kirstie Alley dead?
Yeah.
When did she die?
December 5th, 2022 is when he did the tribute.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
She's been dead for like a year and I didn't even know.
Well, that was like Sean Connery for me. I'm all, what? Like, wait, I didn't know.
Connery's dead?
Yeah.
Dude.
Are you playing? Or are you serious?
No, really. I didn't know.
Yeah. I didn't know he died either. And I was so upset because he's like the sexiest man alive, man. 2020. That's why. Are you kidding me? October 31st, 2020.
Oh, no.
So.
Not Papa.
Can we just give a moment of silence for... Wait, no, that would have been yesterday.
Hold on. I'm going to pause my music. You ready? There you go.
Okay.
A moment of silence for all those who have passed. I'm trying not to laugh. And it's not because I'm not sad, but I don't know why looking at Bethany's face makes me want to laugh.
It's like when Richard got mad at me. Not you, Rikki, but our friend Richard got mad at me.
Princess Di.
Oh.
Okay. To be fair, so I don't get a lot of like hate talk.
She was not happy. She was not laughing at that.
I was not laughing that Princess Diana died. something happened that made me laugh at the moment we found out. And our friend Richard literally leapt across, what was it, Peter's waterbed? Like he leapt across it and tackled me to the ground and was so mad at me, thinking I was laughing at Princess Diana.
Like you weren't even realizing what was being said about Princess Diana died. I think you and I were off to the side doing who knows what and laughing about that. Yeah. And he just found out and got really upset that you were laughing because he thought you were laughing about that, which like we would never laugh at anybody's death. But that moment is funny looking back because of the confusion. Just like I'm so sorry that I ruined the moment of silence. I don't know why Bethany's face made me want to laugh.
It's because I get really awkward during moments of silence because I don't know what to do. And I feel like it's like what was that Will Ferrell movie where he's like, I don't know what to do with my hands. And like what?
Just like, what are you going to do? I saw this thing today where they were talking about how Gen Z is like, you can always tell when there's a millennial in the club because they're dancing with their hands up. Put your hands down. And somebody was like, what am I supposed to do with my hands if they're not up?
Well, I saw that too. And so our nephew Zachary just had this like epic Halloween party, and there were like 40 people at my parents' house and stuff for this party. And every time there was dancing, I started to put my hands up, and then I'm like, and I would put, because I knew that post. I know what post you're talking about because I saw it. Had to put my hands back down.
Like, but it's so true. Like all the music growing up, it was put your hands up. You got to raise the roof. You put your hands up, and they stay there.
It's on fire. You got to hold it up
into the wall.
To the window, to the wall. Like they literally told you where to go.
And I'm like, what am I supposed to like? But like legit, like you don't dance with just your feet or just your hips. You dance with your whole body. So what are your hands doing? Like they don't necessarily have to be up here, but like they have to be doing something unless you're river dancing
rave or something. But that's if you're my age. So.
The rave
doing what?
Breakdancing.
Which I started to teach the girls how to do the wave a little bit. So I started to teach them that while we were standing in line at Universal Studios or something.
We do a lot of stuff in lines at the different places.
I know. David says hello from Mexico.
As a shout out to our parents, they do have the party house, and I think
they do.
Intentional.
They do.
Yeah,
and I feel bad because they're in their 70s, and we're like, "Hey, can you host this?"
None of us have a party house, so
yeah, we're all broke, and we all rent. That's the main thing. We all rent.
I did look up the classic TV shows and Halloween episodes, and some of them I'm like, oh yeah, as I'm reading through. So MASH did have Trick or Treatment. Happy Days had Haunted. Star Trek had Cat's Paw. Knight Rider had Halloween Night.
I love Knight Rider.
Yeah, that was a good show. Strokes even had A Haunting We Will Go. Mm-hmm. Roseanne had Boo. The Muppet Show had Alice Cooper.
Yeah, nice. I see that.
And Muppet then Mork and Mindy had Morkville Horror. So
Mork and Mindy?
Yeah, they had Morkville Horror.
Nanu.
That's fine.
Lana said Will Smith teaching Kevin James how to dance and hitch. You know what? Kevin James is so relatable in that show. Well, we're at 7:15, so it might be kind of time to wrap up a little bit as Indy makes his 15th appearance for the night.
Yeah. He wants to be the star of the show.
Exactly. He's like, you're going to feed me now, right?
Yeah. He's like, that's really all I care about. I just want some food.
Exactly. Rick, do you have any final things you want to say or leave off with? Or
no, because I figure the thanks. I figured the the list of classic TV show Halloween episodes sufficed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Krystal's like, okay. Krystal, anything? Do you have anything with Wild Women of Weird coming up? Or I'm sorry, no.
Murder, Mystery, and Mayhem.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to soon. But I'm just like, I mean, I've just been swamped with work. Like, I'm working like 50 to 60 hours a week right now.
Jiminy.
So once work calms down a little bit, then yes.
There you go. Mike, yep.
Yeah, agreed.
Lot of well, I mean, not to downplay other people, but a lot of good people have passed recently. It's just been I think it's just been tough for a lot of people because COVID was really rough on everyone, and now we're coming out and now people are passing. So
yeah.
More people. Sorry, not now, but more.
Nobody died during COVID.
Nobody died. The crazy spectacular month, everyone.
Yes.
I'm a little sad that we're ending our season because I really enjoy all of our podcasts. But at the same time, I'm moving and it's going to be like Christmas time at retail and it's going to be crazy. And Krystal, you're working 50 to 60 hours a week. And Rick, we're just lucky to have you whenever you can join us.
Thanks.
But I'm sad. This is our last episode for a while. We're going to go on a hiatus. We'll probably start up sometime in January, hopefully. We'll just kind of see how things are going. But I do want to say thank you to everyone who has joined us for all of our episodes.
Yeah, especially like because I know like we had a little bit of a learning curve back when we first started, and like taking the time and patience with us to like so that we could find our stride with this.
Yep, we can always pop on watching Weird or Weird Awakening. Yeah, we do try to hop on every now and then. I think just with the holidays, we're all just trying to focus and be with our families and trying to wrap up stuff in Axel's home.
We should roll.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, dinner's here. But I do want to thank everyone who has joined us and been with us on this journey. And I know we're really excited for season 2. I know Krystal and I eventually will start planning stuff, or we'll just do what we normally do and figure out what we're going to do like 2 days before the episode. So
we like to be spontaneous. That's what we do.
Exactly. I mean, we're blonde, so. But Rick, thank you for joining us on so many episodes. We really do appreciate it. Anything anyone wants to watch or want us to talk about in season 2, just let us know. I know we would like to try and do a holiday episode. We just don't have any info on it quite yet.
But we'll keep you updated when we do.
Yes. When we have it, we'll definitely let you guys know.
But if there's like any like urban legends or cryptids or anything that we haven't covered yet and you want us to talk about next season, definitely let us know.
Absolutely.
Hold on. I've got a list here.
It's got the whole next season planned out. In case anyone missed it, you can go check out the Weird Realities Network page, and there's a lot of spooky stories and tales that a lot of the writers and authors went on and talked about and told their stories. I think there's a lot of really good stories on there. And as well as it was Weird Realities anniversary too, because they started on October 31st was their first episode. So congratulations to Hadley and everyone involved in that in that creation of Weird Realities. So
Yes.
Yep. But other than that, I hope you guys had a very happy Halloween. I hope everyone has a very happy holidays coming up, and we will see you next year for season 2 of Blondes, Books, and Campfire Tales.
Bye, everybody.